cheers, good on ya, and happy new year to you all. Do me a favor, share the show, text it out to a friend, hit that follow or subscribe button, and let's make 2026 a very good year. In fact, today's show is going to be a little bit about like motivation, just kind of general motivation, how you can get yourself ready and prepared for a very good 2026. I'm a big believer in goals. I'm a huge believer in setting goals and, of course, more importantly, achieving goals. So, like an example, I did a test fast a couple months ago, as you guys may remember. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was the last episode that I did. And by the way, I'm going to record a little bit more in 2026. I'm going to do that quite a bit more. I want to get a consistent following, a consistent flow going. I've kind of been slacking a little bit on as far as the show goes. Very busy, but hey, you know what? I always have time to carve out for you guys, the loyal listeners. Thank you too, by the way, for the ones who have been with me from the beginning. You guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of you. So let's all kind of join together and be successful. Let's create success in 2026. So I did a fast. It was kind of like a test run kind of fast. And I loved it. There was huge health benefits to fasting. I'm not going to go into all that today. You can look up fasting. There's tons of health benefits when it comes to it. So, but what I'm going to do is basically going forward, every 6 months, I'm going to do a 1 week fast. Well, technically, let me rephrase that, a 5-day fast. For 5 days straight, so no eating. Again, look at reference to last episode if you want to know, like potassium, magnesium, getting the electrolytes in your body, drinking plenty of water. Of course, that's the very quick rundown. So January, every January and every June, I'm going to do a 5-day fast, and possibly potentially even longer, but for sure, I'm going to commit to a 5-day fast. Okay, and then every month, I'm going to do a 1-day fast. So in other words, January, which it's January now, starting on Monday, this coming up Monday, I'm going to do my 5-day fast, possibly longer, but probably not. I'm probably going to keep it at 5 days. And then in February, I'm going to pick a random day. I'm going to fast for 1 day, and then March, 1 day, April, 1 day. And then when I get to June, I'm going to do that 5-day fast again, and going forward. So that's how I'm going to do that. Tons of health benefits to it if done correctly. That's the important thing. A lot of people think fasting is just starve yourself. And I guess in a way, technically that's true. There is more to it behind that. There's a strategy behind it. And there's tons of health benefits, again, if you do it correctly. You could slow down the aging process and get all that garbage. You can actually help to minimize disease in your body, which is very important. So I'm a health freak. I'm very much into anti-aging. And hey, if anybody wants to do it with me, comment below. We can kind of help each other and motivate each other. It's not that hard. The first 2 days are a little bit difficult. By the third day, you actually get energy. You actually get a nice flow of energy. Sleeping is quite honestly the hardest part for me anyway, of fasting, at least that test run I did the last time. Sleeping's difficult. I think your body, from when I researched it a little bit, because I wasn't expecting that. And I'm like, I'm not sleeping. Why am I not sleeping? So I researched it a little bit, and it's almost, from my understanding of it, it's almost like the caveman mind kind of kicks in, and you're going to bed hungry, and so your mind is more or less like, hey, wake up, we got to go look for food. You're starving. You can't be resting right now. Now's the time to go look for food. And that's because I'm telling you, I got a burst of adrenaline when I try to go to bed at night. I thought the opposite would be true. I thought I'm not eating, I'm going to sleep very well. No, it's lack of sleep during those 5 days. So I'm not looking forward to the sleeping part. But just things like that. Like, I like to challenge myself. As people know who listen to the show, I do the cold weather walks in just short in a t-shirt, 20 minutes every day. Exposing myself to very cold weather. I take cold showers, things like that, because I like to challenge myself. I think another part of kind of like anti-aging, and there's more to it than that, there's a mindset aspect to it, but exposing yourself to like extreme conditions, not just cold, but things like discipline. You get discipline, you get motivation. so many people accuse me of loving to be in the cold because they see me in shorts and a t-shirt and it's like 10 degrees outside. I don't like it. I hate it. In fact, I hate every second of that walk. I can't wait to get back. But when I get back and I start to feel that energy start to flow and the endorphins start to kick in, that's when I love it. When I can feel that blood flow starting to really go. So putting yourself in a situation, it changes your mindset too in situations that are uncomfortable, because like I don't think about walking in the cold. I just go. I don't pause. I don't sit there and reflect on it too much. I grab my dog's leash and we go, and she's ready to go. She can't wait to get outside. So it's not a matter of like psyching myself into do it. I've trained myself so much at this point where it's just go. Don't think about it, just go. Huge benefits to that when it comes to creating a success mindset, which I think is very important. So, so much of everything, like life is so limited, and I want to make sure I enjoy life. I'm somewhat obsessed with like someone like a Tom Cruise, for example, and not his Scientology, not all that stuff, but like just his passion. And by the way, now I know, listen, he's a very rich millionaire, obviously. I'm sure he's had some work done, but the anti-aging aspect of it, this guy is just insane. And I mean that partially in a good way, like in the aspects that I like in a very good way. The anti-aging, the guy looks so much younger than he is. He's got a lot of energy. You got to keep that motor running. Someone who I'm also inspired by in a very big way is Dick Van Dyke, who just reached his 100th birthday. The guy still dances. His mind is intact. So you have to there's very specific things you could be doing every single day. Develop strategies and routines specifically that lead to success every day. I can tell you, like I'll give you my routine. Not pretty much every day, every single day. It's become a habit for me, and I'm extremely OCD. I'm tied to my habits. If I don't, for some reason, if I get distracted from one of my routines, or I'm unable to do it for whatever reason, I am off that day, because I've been doing my routines for so long that it's kind of like it's just ingrained into my DNA. I have to do these things, but these strategies, these routines, they lead to success. So as an example, when I wake up every morning, I immediately, that alarm goes off and I immediately start calling out gratitudes immediately. Like I'm talking before my feet hit the floor even, I'm already out loud. I'm talking gratitudes. I'm saying things that I'm thankful for. I'm also directing my mind. So there's certain goals that I have, some that are private just for me, some that are public. It doesn't matter. So, but I'm naming and calling out those goals like immediately. I'm talking within seconds of waking up. That's how I immediately start my day. And then I let my dog out, I feed her. We have a little kitten, which is very cute. She immediately comes up to me and I grab her. We have this little routine. I put her on my shoulder, kind of like a parrot. And she walks with me. The dog comes back in. I feed the dog. Me and the kitten walk upstairs, and and obviously just the simple things, but might as well just go through my whole routine. Then I make the bed, and then immediately I start listening to faith-based podcasts. Okay, I've got a few of them right in a row, like 5 right in a row. That one's done, go to the next one. That one's done, go to the next one, and I've got them in order. And then immediately after that, I start listening to motivational, success-minded podcasts. And again, I've got several of those lined up right in a row. My faith-based and my motivational success podcast, those take 2.5 hours of my morning. I haven't even showered yet. I haven't even went to work yet. And I've already got 2.5 hours of solidified faith-based, motivational-based, training my mind because this is getting it started. By the time the third, more or less, faith-based podcast starts, I'm stretching now. And I'm stretching with my dog, and she loves to come up and stretch with me, and she sits right in front of me and stretches with me more or less, and the cats do too. And then I go to then I switch my routine slightly. Then I take my dog. I like to expose. I used to work out and then take my dog for a walk. Now I take my dog for a walk because I've heard there's benefits of exposing yourself to cold and then working out as far as like increasing testosterone. So I've been doing that. Take my dog for a walk while I'm still listening to my success and faith-based podcast. Then I get back, then I work out, and I work out hard. For anybody who's seen me before or work out, I'm dripping with sweat. Like, I love to work out hard. If I'm not dripping with sweat, I don't feel like I got a good workout in. That's 2.5 hours of my day. Then I shower, then a cold shower, by the way. And this whole time, I'm training my brain. I'm talking, I'm expressing gratitudes. I'm expressing where I want my mind to go for the day. So I'm focusing on certain goals and things, and I see myself. There's so much to this. Listen, if you want to change your life, obviously do the things that I'm talking about, but also put yourself, like, you have to see yourself having already achieved the goal. Your mind is a very powerful computer in a way. Think of it like a genie, and you rub that lamp. If you're constantly a person who's negative and calling out the negative things in your life, and I hate my life, and this sucks, and I don't have any money, and I'm overweight, and I'm this, and I'm that, your mind goes to work and says, it's basically listening to all these commands. Oh, you're fat? Okay, we're gonna eat a bunch of garbage today. Oh, you don't have any money? Oh, you don't have this? Oh, you don't have that? Oh, you're lazy? Oh, you don't like yourself? Oh, you don't. Your mind goes to work to complete the things that you're focusing on. Remember that. Your mind goes to work to complete the things you're focusing on. So if you are experiencing lack, don't focus on the lack. Focus on, rearrange how you say things, the language you say things. Like, I'm developing wealth. I'm developing abundance. I am someone who's going to have abundance where I can help others, where I can make contributions, where I can make differences in not only my life and my family's life, but other people's lives as well. This is the kind of focus you need to be. So put your attention. Remember that supercomputer I was talking about. Your mind goes to work to complete the things you're focusing on. If you want wealth, if you want to be comfort, not even, I don't want to be wealthy in the sense to be just stupid rich and have all this money in the bank. Yeah, I mean, sure, that would be great. That's not my focus on. My focus is to have a comfort level where I can take care of myself and take care of people without ever having to worry about money. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect at this. Do I worry about finances at times? Absolutely. But for the most part, during the day, especially during the morning, I'm focusing on what I want in my life, what I want to achieve, not what I don't have. I'm not focusing on what I don't have, or all the things that suck, or all the things I'm not happy about. Those are easy things to go and start thinking about. But if you want to start to create and manifest, and not like blah, blah, geeky, dorky manifest, like, I'm talking about truly, like, you have to have a target, people. How can you hit a target you don't even have? You have to have a target. You have to give your mind some direction. So it's almost like I'm commanding my subconscious mind to attract the things that I want in my life. I don't want to attract the things I don't want. I want to attract the things that I do want in my life. So that's where I'm putting my focus on. Now, again, shower. Now I go to work. I see so many people when I get to work, they woke up 20 minutes before and they're dragging, and I'm literally talking like they're still wiping the crust out of their eyes. They're like, ugh. And you should see me when I walk into work. I'm a freaking nut. I'm happy. And probably in a way where I disgust people. And I'm like, hey, you turn that frown upside down. We can't have that here. Like, I'm super motivated because I've already spent so much time and effort with my routines. So I utilize my morning in a very strong way, in a very powerful way, to set myself up for success. I've had so many people tell me, you're lucky, you're always happy. I'm not, first of all, I'm not always happy. I try to be. I'm certainly not lucky. I put effort into this, 2.5 hours every morning. And then when I get to work, there's so many things I do throughout the day. I schedule certain things throughout the day to reflect, to focus, to do certain things. So I use my day very wisely. I've also taken up meditation recently. And I've been pretty committed to it in a very good way, about 3 weeks now straight. I've always danced in and out of meditation, but I'm certainly taking it a lot more seriously now. 20 minutes a day, focus on my breathing, as I'm focusing on my breathing, I try not to let my mind wander, that's the difficult part. Sometimes my meditations are way off. I'm in 14 other places. What I try to do is focus on my breath and focus on the things that I want in my life. Now, some people, there's so many different ways to meditate. Some people will say you're supposed to completely clear your mind, not have anything on your mind. I try to use it as training my subconscious mind, kind of like in the morning, to more or less command my subconscious mind for the things that I want in my life. So I'm going over my goals each breath, and I'm naming out certain goals and certain things that I want to achieve. Some of the things I don't even have yet, but I claim them as if I do. So I'll take a deep breath, and then in my mind I'll say I am a whatever, or I want, I mean I've already achieved. I already have, like, and I picture the house that I want to have. Which, by the way, I love my house. I love the house that I do have now. I'd be perfectly fine if that's the house I lived in for the rest of my life. But I have bigger dreams, bigger ambitions, bigger goals. So, and again, it's not about the material things. I don't ever want things to be like that. I just basically, I guess if you wanted to wrap everything up that I'm focused on, and truly, you could probably put it under happy. I just want to be happy. And I just want to, that I can tell anyway, for me personally, nothing makes me happier than making other people laugh. I'm always the class clown. I'm always the guy cracking the jokes. I'm always the guy giving out the compliments, making people feel good, giving them a pat on the shoulder. That's me. And I want to be that. And I want to be that times 1,000. That's probably partially why I do the show. I want people to feel better about themselves. There's so much garbage in the world, and it's easy to get lost in that and to focus on that, where I want to be the person who brings happiness and joy and life-changing type things. You can change your life. Just think for a second. I'm going to give you an example. I was at work today. I was looking at my office. I work in Chicago, so I'm looking out onto the Michigan Avenue, and I see a bigger girl. And stick with me on this. This is a huge compliment. I see a bigger girl, and she's jogging, and she's struggling, and it's cold outside, and she's dressed to the, she's got all this stuff on, and she's jogging. You can tell she's struggling. Now, I don't know this girl, but if she only knew how much I was cheerleading her, and I was seriously, I was like, yes, go get it. You got this. You got this. I don't even know her. She couldn't see me. I was up stories high. And now I put a story in my head together where I'm assuming, I could be way off, she might have been doing this for a long time. I don't know. Based on, it looks like she was having a little bit of trouble. I'm going to predict, as I record this, it's January 2nd of 2026. So I'm going to predict she had a New Year's resolution to lose weight. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. But that's what I put together in my head. And it's the 2nd of January. She's still committed to it. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, she was a bigger girl, and I'm not saying that in any way to be mean. I'm in her corner. Can you imagine if that's true, she wants to lose weight, let's say she wants to lose 50 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever it might be, and she's working at it. It's January. Can you imagine if she sticks to this, she starts eating better, which I don't know if she's eating better or not. I only saw her running for 30 seconds. But let's say she keeps running and she works out and she eats better. Can you imagine what 6 months can bring to her by June? Where she could be if, again, in her this is her goal, to lose weight, to look good, or she can do this, which many people do, unfortunately. She could do this for 3 or 4 more days and then say, this is too hard, it's too cold outside, and the excuses start to come in. I'm never gonna lose the weight, it's never gonna happen, cashes it in, and she's done. Now, she hits June, and she's gonna be regretting. Too much weight I could have lost if I would have kept going, but I started with the excuses. Her literally massive transformation could be in this girl's near future. Massive, if she keeps at it. And see, that's the other thing too. You have to keep yourself motivated. You can't just generally throw out a goal Be specific. What do you want? I want to lose weight. How much weight do you want to lose? And fragment it. Maybe it might be, I'm going to lose 7 pounds this month in January. I'm going to lose 5 more pounds by February. I'm going to lose 5 more pounds in March. Whatever it might be, but fragment it and work your butt off to do that. Sometimes it's hard to go, I'm going to lose 100 pounds or 60 pounds or whatever it might be. I'm going to go from here to 60 pounds. You could lose a lot of momentum between here and here, okay? But if you fragment it, this is your overall goal. Let's just, again, generically say 100 pounds, but like 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that is much easier to do and easier to accomplish in your brain, and reward yourself every time you hit the 10 pounds. So yeah, your ultimate goal is to lose 100 pounds, but you should be celebrating every time you lose 10 pounds. Reward yourself. It's a huge celebration. You've taken on transformation. Again, let's say, for example, you're 300 pounds. Within 1 month, now you're in the 200s, you're 290. And then next month, guess what? You're 280. You're seeing it happen. All over your house, the mirror in the morning, put pictures of how you want your body to look if your goal is to lose weight. So you have to constantly fill your mind with that motivation and where you want to be. Don't focus on where you are and how unhappy you are where you are. Where do you want to be? Focus on it, see it, emotionally attach yourself to those goals. You should be able to close your eyes and see yourself as that fit, thin person, or in financial abundance, being able to contribute and help other people because you are in a state of abundance. You have enough money to not only take care of yourself, but to take care of others. And you're able to contribute, and that should be part of your goal. So I hope this gave you a little bit of a motivational kick to start the new year. Comment below and share the show. Like I said, share it out to a friend, text it to a friend, share it to your social media. My friends, it's 2026. Let's make this a good year. Enjoy your life.
Daddy, Daddy, you're so awesome. Daddy, Daddy, you're so cool. Yeah! I love you, Daddy.